The rich and famous have the luxury of spending their days and nights in homes that look more like castles, and sometimes are, in the most exclusive and coveted neighborhoods in the country and world. They spend millions of dollars to live like royalty in mansions with amenities that might make royalty blush. As the cost of real estate skyrockets, fewer and fewer people are buying homes, but for the upper echelon of A-list actors, purchasing opulent property is no problem at all. From tropical getaways to stately mansions, celebrities own some of the most impressive houses in the world. 7 most luxury celebrity mansions. Number 7. George Vanderbilt, $184 million. In 1862, George Washington Vanderbilt III was born into wealth and privilege that was the closest thing to royalty you'll find in America. His industrialist family made a fortune in the steamboat and rail industries, and George Vanderbilt used his fame, wealth, and social connections to amass one of the world's greatest art collections and private libraries. All that stuff needs a house fit to contain it all. In 1888, he began buying land in the Blue Ridge Mountains near Asheville, North Carolina, for what would become the largest private residence in America, the Biltmore Estate. An army of craftsmen labored on the French Renaissance chateau, more than 1,000 people working 6 days a week for 6 years. When it was finished, the home occupied 4 acres. The surrounding property expanded to more than 100,000 acres, with 250 rooms in all, including 35 bedrooms and 43 bathrooms, and 65 fireplaces. It's one of the most historically and architecturally significant structures in the United States. The foundation alone cost $400,000. A private short rail line cost $50,000. In total, the Biltmore cost Vanderbilt $6 million, or about $184.14 million in today's dollars. It's no longer a private residence, but Vanderbilt's descendants still own it. You can get married there if you like, for a price, or you can take a virtual tour of the estate instead. Number 6. Bill Gates, $145 million. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and his wife Melinda spent $63 million over 7 years to build his Medina, Washington megacomplex. It's called Xanadu 2.0. That's a Citizen Kane reference, and if the couple sold it today, it would go for about $145 million, according to the Orissa Post. It spans 66,000 square feet, and although it has 6 kitchens and 24 bathrooms, it only contains 7 bedrooms. Not surprisingly, it's bursting with tech, and it also houses an insane collection of art and artifacts. The Leonardo da Vinci manuscript alone is worth $31 million. Number 5. Hugh Hefner, $113 million. Hugh Hefner bought the Playboy Mansion in 1974 for $1 million. More than 40 years and countless debaucherous nights later, in 2016, a billionaire named Darren Matropoulos bought it for a reported $105 million. Playboy bunnies presumably not included. That's nearly $113 million in 2020 dollars. The famous Everybody Who's Somebody Has Been There estate is a 22,000 square foot Gothic 2-door mansion with 29 rooms, a tennis court, a year-round fireworks permit, and a zoo license. Number 4. Oprah Winfrey, $101 million. One of Oprah's homes, there are many, and they're all spectacular, is in Montecito, California. It's not a home, really, but a 42-acre estate she bought for $50 million in 2001. A 2012 tax assessment, however, valued it at up to $90 million. Adjusting for inflation bumps that number into 9-figure territory. Known as the Promised Land, the property is anchored by a 5,000 square foot mansion and includes horse stables and an equestrian ring, avocado and fruit orchards, and lavishly manicured grounds. Number 3. George Lucas, $100 million. Famed filmmaker George Lucas began assembling what would become Skywalker Ranch in 1978. The very next year after Star Wars came out, he assembled the 4,700-acre property. Only 15 acres are developed parcel by parcel for an estimated $100 million. It's actually not Lucas's primary residence and is used frequently as a Skywalker sound workplace, as well as a collaborative hangout for filmmakers. The estate's parking lots are underground to preserve its natural beauty. Amenities include Lake Ewok, a real working ranch, a world-renowned art collection, and a 300-seat movie theater that is believed to have the most sophisticated sound system in the world. Number 2. Jay-Z and Beyonce. $88 million. One of the world's greatest power couples should have one of the world's greatest homes, an idea that is not lost on Jay-Z and Beyonce, who plunked down $88 million on a hillside estate in Bel Air. It's the number 6 most expensive home ever bought in the history of Los Angeles. Among its juiciest amenities are 4 pools, a 15-car garage, a full spa and wellness center, and 30,000 feet of living space that's enclosed within 6 different glass-walled structures. Famously business savvy, the couple took advantage of historically low mortgage rates by putting 40% down and mortgaging the remaining $52.8 million through Wall Street investment bank Goldman Sachs, just like regular people do. Number 1. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. $80 million. In 2008, the couple then known as Brangelina bought Chateau Miraval, a castle and vineyard in the south of France, for the equivalent of $67 million, or about $80 million today. The main house has 35 rooms, a helipad, indoor and outdoor pools, a video game room, a home theater, and more standard super rich people mansion stuff. Outside, there's a dirt bike course, a chateau garden that includes a 200-year-old olive tree, and, like all good castles, a moat. The vineyard supports Miraval Wines, which produces highly coveted rosé. Despite divorcing in 2016, they are still co-owners of the property and are collaborating on a rosé champagne. It's impossible to deny the fact that celebrities like to take things to the next level, from world-class vacations that most of us can only dream of to luxury cars made by Maserati, Rolls-Royce, and Bugatti. They definitely seem to have the best of everything. Of course, this extends to where they live. After all, why live in a regular house when you can live in one that is way over the top? The celebrities on this list have managed to take over the top up another notch. We all know what it's like to be at home, but what would it be like to live in the homes of celebrities? Okay, maybe you yourself doesn't own a sprawling estate complete with a tennis court, a private beach, 12 bedrooms, and an at-home movie theater. Me neither, which is why I've taken up a new hobby of fully obsessing over any photos I can get my hands on of gorgeous celebrity-owned homes. Who owns the most expensive house in the world? Where's the most expensive house in the United States? What amenities, from garages that can hold double-digit numbers of cars to regulation-sized basketball courts and multiple swimming pools, are considered standard these days for the most expensive mansions in the world? Discover the answer to those questions and so much more, including a look at some of the properties Amazon founder and outgoing CEO Jeff Bezos has picked up during his recent real estate spree. You may even find inspiration for your own garden or pool from the Beverly Hills manse that appeared in The Bodyguard, the Bel Air manse that featured 5 swimming pools and is one of the most expensive homes in the United States. Imagination of what a celebrity house should look like. Requiring 500,000 gallons of water, the pool system contains 2 swimming pools, 2 water slides, a river, water cannons, and a treehouse. Whether you're on the hunt for some design inspiration or just looking to fantasize about your ultimate dream home, perhaps there's no better place to gather ideas than from the residences of the famous. From 300-foot ceilings, precisely painted murals, innovative landscapes and unusual amenities, celebrities and the designers and architects that assist them go above and beyond to make their homes as meaningful and magnificent as possible. Even if you aren't looking to redecorate your Parisian pied-à-terre, purchase a second home in the form of a 17th century castle in the Czech Republic, or buy a private Bahamian island of your own. You may be surprised at the kind of design inventiveness they can inspire. While some celebs are veritable real estate moguls who invest their ample funds into a plethora of realty, others may just own one incredibly expensive property. Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, and Beyonce are just a few big names with even bigger estates. Those are the 7 most luxury celebrity mansions.